Can you believe it? Manchester United's best player, Diallo, will be legally able to talk to other clubs as early as next week when the winter transfer window officially opens. How did we get to this point, guys? By failing to tie him down to a new contract or a contract extension early enough. But that's not even the dilemma. Because I do know that Ruben Amorim made it clear to Omar Berada and his team, I need this boy. I mean, what is Man United currently without Diallo? It's not there. So I expect they will figure it out because we do know the talks have been going on. So let's hope it doesn't happen. But I just needed to make it known. But here's the dilemma, guys. Ruben Amorim is still struggling to get Diallo playing in his best position. He has switched him, playing him as one of the two number 10s and as a wing back. But against Newcastle, a team that's scoring goals for fun, a team that has got a lethal Anthony Gordon playing on the wing, being able to create opportunities for a lethal Alexander Isak, where best should Diallo, Man United's best player, be put? Is he going to be a 10 or a wing back? My name is Webb. Welcome to the United of Sport. Here is the match preview for Newcastle visiting Man United at Old Trafford in high-flying form, guys. It's scary. 11 goals in 3 games is scary, especially against this Man United that's looking dilapidated. But listen, in Ahmad and Amorim, we still trust if he does the right thing. Now, let's get proper. And I know yesterday I dropped a video where I gave you what my probable starting 11 would be. But as you know, things in football, when you spend a night, one night later, as you keep thinking, you change your mind. I can imagine this is what the coaches go through. This is the thought process of all these coaches before match days. They keep changing who is playing where and stuff. Now, as fans, we are the other coaches. We are all coaches, aren't we? So I was thinking and I was saying, guys, Diallo is our best player. But currently, are we playing him in his best position? Because for this system that we love, the 3-4-2-1 system that most of us will be used to, because it has got us playing a little bit better football, looking like an organized team, having an identity. But you want to put your best player in his best position. As they say, put your best resources where your best opportunity is. Diallo is the current best resource of Man United. And clearly, the first games he played under Ruben Amorim, he was playing as a wing back on the right. And trust you me, he was as lethal as he can get. And I know going into the number 10 position makes sense because he's can go drop into pockets and play along with the team. He makes the team play, and such a player who makes others play is good if he's given the freedom, because as a number 10 you've got freedom. So Ahmad and Bruno had most of the freedom because they were the two number 10s. But you think about it, you're playing against a Newcastle team that has got a very dangerous winger in Anthony Gordon. So how do you then neutralize Anthony Gordon? Are you going to put two defenders on his side, that is Nusal Mazraoui and maybe Lenny Yoro or Delete, whoever he chooses to put as one of the back three defenders playing on the right behind Nusal Mazraoui? Are you going to cancel out Gordon's attack and threat by using those two defensive-minded players on that wing? Or would you rather have much talent with talent by having Diallo, who will also be doing again to Newcastle the same things that Anthony Gordon can do to Man United? So meaning, inadvertently, he will be taming Anthony Gordon, neutralizing him. But also, when we lose the ball, Diallo has shown that he can drop back and mark him, drop back with Anthony Gordon. So, for me, my view is that it is better that way. This system, the 3-4-2-1 system, makes better sense if the two wing backs are natural wingers, natural attackers. Even at Sporting Lisbon, if you do recall, when Ruben Amorim was at Sporting Lisbon, the attraction we got was mostly in the young 17-year-old Quenda, who was playing the wing back position where I'm on the right, and he's a winger, he's not a defender. Now, the thing is, if you put defenders, you have on the left, you have Diogo Dalot or Malaysia, because these are the guys we've been playing. There are times inverting Mazraoui because there are no options, because there is no option for that. If you do that, because the left wing is already dead, and that's why we're trying to get solutions. If you do the same to the right wing and you put a defensive-minded player, it means you are inviting a lot of the opponent. You are not going to ask enough questions. You're playing with five natural defenders. That's what it means. The back three plus the two wing backs who are defensive, so meaning you're playing with 5 defenders. it means you're inviting a lot of pressure, and these defenders who have not got the confidence will certainly make mistakes and give in at some point. Yet, if you put a lethal wing back like Ahmad, who loves to run into those spaces, and his instructions are simple: go forward with the ball, when you lose it, come back vertically. If you do that, because Ahmad has got the discipline not to lose his marker, he will come and still run with Anthony Gordon and cancel him out, but also take him on in a race, in a rat race, when he gets the ball. I do think, for me, what you're doing there is matching talent with talent, but also you're neutralizing the threat by, again, making use of the old football adage that the best way to attack, the best way to defend is to attack. So for me, I think this system makes more sense if you're playing wing backs who are attack minded. And if we have that in mind, it will also guide the solution we get for the left wing back position, because that's a glaring problem we have. Are we going to get a defender, a natural left back, to be the wing back coming in to replace where usually we have Diogo Diallo inverted or Tyrell Malaysia? Or are we going to get a winger, a natural winger, an attack-minded player who can also then be taught to track back and defend when you lose the ball? I think, for me, it could make better sense if we get a winger, so that the two wing backs are natural. They are Ahmads. They are natural attack-minded players. So meaning then we would be adding to our attack. We would have the two wing backs whenever you have the ball, wing backs who can open up the opposition, add them to the two number 10s, attack-minded, and the striker, meaning you're going to have 5 attack-minded players. When you have 5 good attack-minded players, imagine you have Ahmad on the right with that space ahead of him and what he can do in it. You have another shadow of Ahmad on the left with that space ahead of him and what he can do with it. Add on any striker there and the two creative number 10s. Trust you me, Man United will be dangerous. So for me, going proper into this game, I think I would have a change of thought and say, instead of playing Ahmad as one of the two number 10s, I would rather put him on the right wing, the way Quenda used to play it for Sporting Lisbon under Amorim. Put him on the right wing. Of course, on the left, we have nothing to do. We still have to put there a defender. Invert Nusa El Mazraoui. Diogo Diallo hasn't rested for long. He has played way too many games. Invert Nusa El Mazraoui. Put him on the left, because, again, there is no option. But at least they put life in the right wing. Then have Zirkzee play with Højlund. Zirkzee as one of the two number 10s behind Højlund up top, because Zirkzee has got the energy to drop back and link up play. That's what he plays. That's his game. Loves to drop back and link up play. So have Zirkzee come and fight a bit to slow down this powerful midfield of Newcastle. Then add on either Kobe, or if you want Garnacho, if he looked good in training, or Eriksen, depending on what he wants, because Eriksen can properly play as a number 10. Though I think without Bruno, Eriksen is the guy who can make us play from the deep. So we'd rather play him as an 8 next to Casemiro. But if not, play Eriksen as a 10. Put your Kobe and Casemiro in the middle. Still, that will be weak because Kobe is a bit slow. And you know what Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, and Joe Linton can do in that middle. You don't need slow players in there. But it doesn't matter how he plays it. But for me, my view is that Ahmad will help us cancel out Anthony Gordon if he's placed on the right. He has got the brains to come and mark him. He doesn't lose his marker, but also the speed, energy, and thorough execution to go in our counters and just keep them in there at bay. Just get it. Whenever you have the ball running into those spaces, Gordon will not have a lot of time to do his stuff behind, because he knows whatever he can do to us, Ahmad can do perhaps better or equally as good. So my view is, as a change of thought, our starting 11 for me is I would go our starting 11, going back now to with that afterthought, like I said, as an afterthought, our starting 11, I would go Ahmad, wing back, Mazraoui on the other wing, Yoro, Delete, and Licha. Then have in the middle Casemiro, of course, and Eriksen, Kobe, and Zirkzee, then Højlund up top. That's if I were the one. Thinking now like Ruben Amorim. Now, if I'm to think like Ruben Amorim, he might tweak it a bit, and instead he might have Kobe together with Casemiro. Kobe and Casemiro playing in. This is my preferred. Huh? This is my preferred starting 11. Yeah. This would be my preferred starting 11. But I'm also going to show you. So this would be my preferred starting 11 for Manu. Manu is in red. So Martinez, Delete, Yoro, Eriksen and Casemiro in the middle, Ahmad on the right wing back, Mazraoui inverted on the left, rest Diallo, Kobe and Zirkzee behind Højlund. Or if he wants to trust Garnacho, let Garnacho start where Kobe is, as Zirkzee and Højlund. Kobe replaces one of the two, probably Casemiro or Eriksen, one of the two, because you need some little bit of youth. Whereas it's slow, for such a game, you might need Kobe somewhere for his physicality. You never know, because you would rather gamble on Kobe because he can turn up. We know when he's good, he can be good. He can turn up to be good and, wake up on. So it's still risky to write him off and bench him for such a game. His physicality might be needed in the middle. So for me, that's what I would expect. A few tricks there, but for me, the most important thing is for Ahmad to be playing in his most dangerous position, which is the right wing back. My name is Webb. Like, share, and subscribe. But that lineup does not really guarantee a win. It's going to be a difficult game. I told you, I'm not rushing to predict Man United games no more. They're extremely difficult games to predict. But being at home, being Webb, as you know me, well, if I had predicted Man U beating Arsenal, why wouldn't I predict Man U not losing to Newcastle at home? I don't think they will beat us. I'll be back later. My name is Webb. Like, share, and subscribe. And let me know where best you think Amad Diallo should be playing against Newcastle.